Welcome back to GP Outdoors. Today is the 11th day of the 11th month. As you folks know, I don't espouse too many opinions on this channel. Try to stay away from controversy or politics. But today, I had a pretty discouraging morning. As I approached the 11th hour this morning, I happened to be driving down the road in my truck. As is the case every year, radio announcer begins to recite Flanders Fields. So I put my hazards on, checked my mirrors, and slowly and safely pulled the truck over to the shoulder of the road and stopped. And as I sat during my moment of silence, I had a constant flow of traffic and cars going past me in both directions. And there was a very small plaza up ahead on the right. And I could see people leaving the grocery store with their carts, packing their trunks, pulling in, pulling out, and continuing life like it was just another day and another minute and another day. As I pulled away afterwards, I couldn't help but start thinking that maybe our generations now are so far removed from the horrors and the tragedies of the war that provided us the opportunity to have that abundance of groceries in our carts or those fancy cars driving back and forth on the road, that maybe people have kind of, or are starting to forget why we take that 1 minute of our lives out once a year. And I thought, well, maybe I'm just getting a little sensitive as I get into my later years. But in my generation, my mom didn't have to line up down the street with a ticket to get a ration of cheese or a ration of meat to feed their families for the week. And as I looked down the road and I saw all the opulent, plentiful groceries going into each of those cars, I'm kind of thinking neither did those folks. And I never had to spend nights in a basement or under a kitchen table listening to shells exploding close by and praying that the next one didn't fall on my home. And like one of my great uncles, I wasn't captured and spent 3 years being tortured in a concentration camp. And whatever war, that 1 minute means a lot. And personally, I've never served. So maybe making this video today makes me a bit of a hypocrite. Might be a fair assertion. But I still understand the importance of taking that 1 minute out of my life once a year. I still understand the importance of seeing a serviceman, whether it's in the airport, at a mall, on the streets, but taking that 10 seconds out of my life to walk up and thank them for their courage and their service. But I couldn't help but wonder why it wasn't as important to those folks passing me on the road or those people loading their groceries into their cars. I'm certainly no model citizen. I can certainly vouch for that. But I put this flagpole in just recently, as you know. This flagpole cost me $500. I didn't tell you that. If you watch the channel, you'll know that I had an old, slanted, beat-up pole hanging there for a long time, and I should have replaced it long ago. But I'm awfully thankful I finally did, because literally not a morning goes by that I'm not standing in that window with a coffee as the day comes and the sun starts to rise, and I see the old maple leaf catching the breeze, and I feel an enormous sense of pride. Do you have a flag flying on your property? Why not? If you didn't stop for that 60 seconds this morning at the 11th hour, maybe I can respectfully ask that over the next 12 months, spend a little time on Google and start researching why it's so important to take that 1 minute out of your life once a year. The flagpole, best $500 I ever spent. That's all I got today. Be safe, please be kind, and maybe I'll see you again on the next one. Cheers.